Alright y'all, so look, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the debate that has been on everyone's minds lately. Recently being brought up by Dana White on the Pound for Pound podcast with Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo, who is the greatest of all time in the welterweight division. Kamaru Dean, the Nightmare Usman, or George St. Rush Pierre. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share so you can help me reach 1,000 subscribers by May. I'll deeply appreciate you. And make sure you join the official UFC Discord, link in the description. So look, about a few days ago, Uncle Dana was welcomed on the Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo podcast, Pound for Pound, when the question was brought up, who is the welterweight greatest of all time? When he said, and I quote, "You can't deny that Kamaru Usman is the greatest of all time when it comes to the 170-pound division." And to be frank, I'm gonna have to disrespectfully disagree with the kingpin of the UFC. While Marty Fake Newsman definitely ranks among the elite welterweights in the history of mixed martial arts, the assertion that he surpasses George St. Rush Pierre as the greatest of all time in the welterweight division warrants closer examination. And I honestly think that Dana White was just saying that mess because Usman was literally 3 inches away from him. GSP is not only the greatest welterweight of all time, but the greatest of all time, period. And I'm talking about the entire sport. George St. Pierre's dominance extends beyond the welterweight division. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest fighters to step foot in an octagon. His reign as welterweight champion was marked not only by his remarkable skill set, but also his ability to constantly defeat the most formidable opponents in his era. But let's examine the resumes of both of these greats individually. For Kamaru Usman, his victories over Colby Chaos Covington, those absolute wars, are likely to be etched in history as some of the most thrilling and entertaining fights of all time. These encounters were so remarkable not only for their anticipation, but for the execution. And while Usman's initial battle with Jorge Masvidal may have been a little lackluster, their rematch delivered one of the most unforgettable knockouts in the sport's history. Additionally, Usman has faced formidable opponents such as Tyron Woodley, widely regarded as one of the greatest welterweights ever, as well as the highly skilled Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner in Damian Maia. Not to mention the seasoned veteran and former champion in Rafael dos Anjos. And of course, Leon Edwards, which the first fight over him has honestly aced quite well because look at him now. Not to mention his win over Sean Strickland, the former middleweight champion. And lastly, the demon himself, Gilbert Dorino Byrne. Kamaru Usman's resume is undoubtedly stacked with encounters against the most elite competition and former champions. But on the other hand, we've got GSP. Beat Matt Hughes twice, arguably the 3rd best welterweight of all time. Then the monster in Johnny Hendricks beat BJ Penn, one of the best pound for pound fighters of all time, disregarding the insane losing streak later on in his career out of his prime. And last but certainly not least, we cannot forget about him becoming double champion after beating Michael Bisping, the former middleweight champion and one of the most respected fighters in the sport today. Comparing the careers of Kamaru Usman and GSP reveals some key details. While Usman has undoubtedly faced tough competition and showcased impressive performances, GSP's tenure as champion was characterized by a level of dominance rarely seen in the sport. His victories over legends such as Matt Hughes, BJ Penn, and Nick Diaz, coupled with his successful title defenses, solidify his status as a transcendent figure in the sport of mixed martial arts. Moreover, GSP's versatility and adaptability set him apart from his contemporaries. His ability to seamlessly transition between striking and grappling, coupled with his strategic approach to each fight, made him undoubtedly one of the most formidable opponents to any challenger. In terms of resume comparison, Usman's wins over Colby Chaos, Jorge Masvidal, Gilbert Burns are undoubtedly super impressive. However, GSP's list of conquests kinda reads like a who's who in MMA royalty, with victories over multiple former champions and perennial contenders. I honestly don't think that it's super contentious talking about the greatest of all time when it comes to the welterweight division. I believe that the overwhelming data stamped in history kinda points to George St. Pierre being the best of all time in the sport, period, let alone the welterweight division. But if I had to rank, I'd probably put George St. Rush Pierre Pierre as number 1, obviously. Kamaru Usman as number 2, Matt Hughes as number 3, Tyron Woodley as number 4, and Johnny Hendricks as number 5 easily. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this greatest of all time in the welterweight division discussion. And with that being said, that honestly about wraps up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.